is your weekly celestial forecast for the week of December 19th, 2022. So, to get started, we have the moon in Scorpio Monday with the South Node, and the nodes are a very sensitive point. So, with the moon in emotional and powerful, intense Scorpio, we are feeling very intense indeed, starting off the week. And the moon is applying a square off, a T square to both Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus at 15 degrees retrograde Taurus. And also, this could be an indicator of some earthquakes or weather changes and the like with this square off. So the trick here is with this fixed sign emphasis on Monday, but especially on Tuesday as the moon moves further along in the sign of Scorpio, is to remain open-minded and not fixed in our points of view or our desire to be right, and so on and so forth. Very interesting indeed. And if we can keep it light and conversational, well, then Monday will be a good day. And Tuesday as well, but yet the tension is starting to build on Monday, the 19th. And also on Monday, Jupiter is going to finish up in the sign of Pisces. And then on Tuesday, let's look ahead. We've got, yes, indeed, Jupiter going into the sign of Aries, official 0 degrees critical of Aries. And this is a good time, especially since Aries Jupiter is connected with the first house. This is the best time to put your best foot forward if you've got some projects on the back burner that you really want to put out there. This is the time, especially with Jupiter in zesty, enthusiastic, and forward-looking Aries. And it's a good time to express your leadership ability. Then we've got Venus, the planet of love and affection, still in Capricorn with Mercury, the communicator. And this is very important because the depositor of Mars, retrograde, by the way, still is Mercury in Capricorn. And Mercury right now is in pre-shadow retrograde Capricorn and will turn retrograde on December the 29th. So we are feeling a little frustrated. Our communications may start to get a little bit mixed up. There's going to be a need for greater patience because of delays. So if we can keep this in mind, then we will avoid any confusion that transpires. And then we also have now still the sun at 28 degrees of Sagittarius. So, although it is gaining closer to the sign of Capricorn, we are feeling still a little zesty on Tuesday, and especially since we've got now Jupiter in Aries, that fiery Aries placement. So this is great because coming into the end of the year, we are really wanting to project forward what goals and aspirations we have in mind. And especially with this Capricorn emphasis and looking ahead a day, yes, indeed, we've got the sun now at 29 degrees Sagittarius, almost into Capricorn. So soon this week, there's going to be a Capricorn stellium. So although we're feeling zesty and hopeful for the new year's, with Capricorn, we're going to start to really organize and take action on what we want to accomplish. And that is really good for setting the precedence for 2023, because now it's going to be all about business and finance. It's about writing down and planning. It's about negotiations. And with Venus, with Mercury, right now we will be able to discuss what we want in a very low key yet business frame of mind. Although with Venus in Capricorn with Mercury, it could get a little bit chilly as far as our affections are concerned. It's going to be the focus about our duty, our responsibility, and really setting down what we want to do for the next year. And all about our money. It's a good time to look into our investments and about what? Hard work, which is very Capricorn. And yes, we've got the sun finishing up in Sagittarius, and oddly, we have the moon just coming into Sagittarius now at the 7th degree. So yes, with this Capricorn Sagittarius emphasis, we are thinking all about the future and our money, which is really good for the end of December indeed. And let's look forward a day, and that is on Thursday, December 22nd, and now the sun is officially at 0 degrees of Capricorn and making an exact square to Jupiter, the planet of luck, and very zesty. It's about enthusiasm in the future. So maybe we will have a little bit of a sense of overconfidence. But with the 0 degrees, especially with 0 degrees Aries, this is the time that you cannot emphasize it enough. This is the time if you want to get those important projects off the ground. Thursday is a perfect time for that, especially while we're feeling rather good with the depositor of the moon at 0 degrees critical Aries. Yes, we might even get some good news, but the trick here with the moon, or I should say, well, the moon the following day, but especially also the sun squaring Jupiter, we will have to just be a little careful of overspending, because Jupiter gives us this sense, especially now that it's in Aries, that, oh, everything's going to work out and we're feeling good right now, especially since the sun is now at Capricorn. Jupiter is at Aries. It's about beginnings. Oh, that's wonderful. But there are the pitfalls that we cannot overstate here, which is because planet Jupiter is all about generosity and it is all about prosperity. Just be careful you do not overspend, and especially at this holiday season, because in a pinch you may realize later that you might very dearly may have to make up for it. And the moon is in Sagittarius. Oh, that's wonderful, especially with the sextile air and fire, with wonderful, unique, and brilliant Aquarius Saturn. Yes, so not only are we feeling really good on Thursday, but guess what? We've got the depositor of the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto, which is Saturn, in very forward-looking Aquarius. So don't be surprised right now and on Thursday, especially with this productive sextile to Saturn that we are really thinking a lot about technology. There's that word again, the future, maybe space travel. There's a lot going on with social anything and everything. And especially as we approach the weekend, and let's look forward to that here. We're going to go forward a day to Friday. Yes, indeed. Let's look ahead till Friday. And that whoops, there's Thursday. We were on Thursday. We want to look ahead to Friday a day, just a day. Yes. Now we've got the moon in Capricorn and the depositor of all this starting off the weekend on the 23rd is Saturn. So over the weekend and coming into the holidays, we are going to be thinking about, as aforementioned, the future, technology. And with Saturn in Aquarius as the depositor of this Capricorn stellium, that's very social. So we are all about our friends, our friendliness, and Saturn is about the collective. So don't be surprised if starting off the weekend, especially with this Capricorn Saturn emphasis, that there is a connection with some kind of ideal or principle that really is motivating us and getting us going, especially connected with authorities, the powers that be, the collective, yes, our humanity, and so on and so forth, connected with Aquarius, even genius or technology, social media, you name it. But nonetheless, if it's good or, well, not so good, come the weekend, we are definitely taking a trek into the future and really thinking about our goals. Very serious. This is all about planning in the future and organization. With the Capricorn emphasis, it's all about duty and responsibility. Don't be surprised if over the weekend you find yourself working overtime in whatever you do at the office, or planning structure and negotiations, all Capricorn themes. But additional good news is now that Neptune is direct, and that connects very, very compatibility wise with Mercury and Pluto. This allows us not only to look to the future, but it's about clarity. Before, when Neptune was retrograde, sometimes there was a lot about mix-ups and uncertainty, kind of cloudy thinking. Now, do keep in mind, we also have Mercury in pre-retrograde, so there could still be a little bit of that. But nonetheless, with this sweet sextile between Neptune, which is all about our imagination and our thinking, our creativity, and connecting in a positive light to Capricorn, Venus, Mercury, even Pluto, and within a day, the moon, it's all about our imagination, kind of like law of attraction. We may really have some wonderful dreams and fantasies and ideas that are crystal clear now about what we want to accomplish. And with Capricorn, yes, we are going to keep our nose to the grindstone and really not only plan, but really stick to it and work hard this weekend. But let's look forward ahead to all this positive energy and vibe for this week too. Now, Saturday, yes indeed, and Saturday the moon's still in Capricorn, but applying a conjunction with Pluto and with Mercury. And with Mercury and the moon, that's kind of emphasizing this need, this strong desire to really work hard and daydream, but with large amounts of creativity with this meetup with Neptune. I mean, it's just a brilliant time over this weekend. And if we can really get this stellium going in a positive light, it's all about cooperation because remember, the depositor here is Saturn in Aquarius, connected with our humanity and friendliness, genius, uniqueness, and creativity. However, we will have to be careful at the start of the weekend with Mercury and Pluto applying a conjunction to Pluto of power plays. So come Saturday, especially Sunday, as we move ahead, and let's go to the final day of the week, which is Sunday. We've got the moon in Aquarius, but let's back that up again. We're going to go back to Saturday. While the moon is in Capricorn, we don't want to get into any of the tit for tat power plays. He said, she said, but thank goodness with all these aspects over the weekend, there's no real serious square off. So that's a positive in this very positive, somewhat of an uplifting, goal-oriented, hard-working weekend. Now, then we can jump forward a day now to Sunday. Yes, indeed, and we now have the moon officially in Aquarius on Christmas Day. Yes, and so with that said, we're going to be full of our what? Our humanity. It's about really connecting with our friends, our relatives on these holidays and this holiday season. But with the moon in Aquarius, not only is it about our friendliness, we're really going to have some wonderful intellectual discussions, especially on Sunday with Mars, even in the retrograde stage in Gemini, meeting up with a sweet trine to the moon. So this is very united. We're going to feel very connected with each other, even if a little bit reserved. There's also going to be so much talk about the future, technology, social, everything, anything. Wow, well, it looks to me from this chart alone like 2023 is going to be very futuristic indeed. But yes, this is going to be the appeal on Sunday. It's going to be about tech, our social, whatever, social media, our friends. Hey, and with Uranus and Aquarius, it's about expressing our individuality and our uniqueness. However, the following day, the moon then on Monday will meet up with Saturn and Aquarius, and that's a little bit more reserved. But do keep in mind, Sunday there is an applying square off with Uranus and the North Node in Taurus, and they are retrograde, of course. So, yes, there could be some thoughts or awareness, I should say, of possible earthquakes or weather-related activities, earth-related, and so on and so forth. So, do keep a heads up for that. And with Uranus, with Aquarius and the moon in Aquarius, Saturn Aquarius, and of course squaring off the depositor Uranus in Taurus, as always, for the last day of the week, and then for next week's beginning of the celestial forecast, always expect the unexpected. But with all this sweet Capricorn connection, well, that'll keep our feet on the ground and looking to the future. So until next week's celestial report, happy holidays and many, many blessings.